Chaplain's Corner by Dr. Ron Lester. A thumbnail head and shoulders smiling photo of Dr. Lester is located at the beginning of his Chaplain's Corner. The lapel of a plaid sport coat shown to be in gray in this black and white photo is visible above a collared dress shirt. There is no caption with the photo. Dr. Lester's column reads, "It's time for a turnaround. Lately, so much has been on my mind. With all the things that are taking place in our world and in our personal lives, I think we all need some change. It seems that as I have gotten older, things I used to handle have become a real challenge. Add to that the fact that life seldom goes as we expect it to. I am feeling these things more after recently spending 21 days in the hospital during January and February for high blood pressure. During those 21 days, the doctors tried all kinds of medicines to bring down the pressure. I know I'm not alone in these trials, as many of you have the same kinds of problems. In the midst of looming troubles, I want to encourage you to do what this king from the Old Testament did." 2 Chronicles 20:2-3. "Then there came some from that old Jehoshaphat, saying, 'A great multitude is coming against you from beyond the sea, from Syria, and they are in Hazazon Tamar, which is En-gedi.' And Jehoshaphat feared, and set himself to seek the Lord, and proclaimed a fast throughout all Judah. 'I have had it. I'm not going to take it any more. Enough is enough.' Have you ever caught yourself making such statements? I know I have. The time when you finally reach the end, that situation which makes you determined you are not going to sit idly by while your life goes down the tube. I believe many of you have reached that point right now. There is indeed cause to examine how we can obtain a turnaround in your life and mine. I fully believe it is time to turn panic into praise, worry into worship, and fear into faith. Just how do I do that? You may be asking yourself that question, as so many others are. Sometimes we may feel like King Jehoshaphat. We feel surrounded, helpless, inadequate, and fearful. We suddenly find ourselves in a panic. What does that get you? It causes you to think irrationally and make foolish mistakes. This is a time when we need to do what this king did. He recognized his own insufficiency and sought God, encouraging his people to do the same. They joined together in fasting and prayer, and God brought the answer. God gave a certain man among them a word from the Lord, 2 Chronicles 20:14-17. The king listened to the advice of God and took action. He did something no one would have considered doing, which brought the desired results. He turned panic into praise. He turned worry into worship. And he turned fear into faith. He sent the choir ahead of the troops so that they could praise and worship God for fighting their battle for them. They gave thanks before the battle began and then worshiped the Lord for the victory. They did not fight. The enemy was defeated, and they cleaned up the spoils. We can do that too. We need to admit our own shortcomings, acknowledge what God has done for us through our Lord, and begin to praise and worship Him and give thanks for the victory in our Lord. Put on the garment of praise in exchange for the spirit of heaviness. We need to remind ourselves of who we are and of whose we are, and let God bring our turnaround.